What's up, guys? It's Jules. Time for another FlossTube Interlude, where I answer all your questions that you posed to me over the last week and a half, 2 weeks or so. It's a little off just because I didn't do a Stitch With Me video a couple of weeks ago. I don't remember. Maybe I'm not off. Maybe I'm just right. Couple things real quick. I'm updating the blog. For those of you who don't know, I have a cross-stitching blog that follows my progress as well as I write about a lot of other things, and it's down in the description box below. And this weekend I did a lot of organization. I'm not done yet, but I did a lot of organization so that, you know, say if you like a project like Apothecary Shop, you go up to the top menu, and where it says projects, there's a drop-down menu, and you can click on Apothecary Shop, and it'll take you to a page that will hopefully soon have all the posts I've ever done about Apothecary Shop, and you can follow the progress that I've made over the last year and a half or so on that project, just in case it's something that you just want to, you know, look at from time to time. But oh yeah, and then the other thing that happened was did a video yesterday on the dog channel. There was a golden retriever meetup here in Colorado, in Golden, Colorado. And so my husband and I took Zuzu over there, and there were probably, they counted 911 Goldens. There were easily probably over 1,000. And it was absolutely fantastic. A great time. Zuzu had a blast. She did so good. She was so well behaved. I think it kind of overwhelmed her a little bit just in terms of how many were there. And I've got a video about the whole thing, and I'll have a link to that down below too. Anyway, all right, let's get to your questions. Woo! Doop 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 doop. All right. I should have actually just had a queued up question, right? That would have been nice. Oh my gosh, so many, so many. Annette Toomey is asking me, did I see the Reaper negative image on pain-free charts? I did not. Oh, I gotta start making a list, right? I gotta make a list. Must make a list of things to look at. Oh, how come I never remember to do this before I start? And then I'm like, oh yeah. Negative image in my scrawl. That would be very cool. That would be very cool. That'd be neat to, like, if you wanted to, if you really loved it, you could do both and put them side by side. That would be pretty neat. Ruby Ratsbag Stitches is from Bonnie, Scotland. I hope I didn't embarrass myself too much by that. That's awesome. Ow. I keep biting this one spot on the side of my lip. I'm having a great time with it. Jerry Haney says, Handwork Maniac Boss Daughter did a great video on parking the week before. So it's probably like about 2 or 3 weeks. I've got to adjust this. Every time I look over, I'm like getting cut out. There we go. What is that? Oh, that's my little thingy thing. This is Ronnie Rowe. Which one is this? This might be Market Square Tavern, I think. It's my third Ronnie Rowe. I got Music Teacher's House, Williamsburg, and this one. And now I'm working on U.S. Capitol. This is the one that's not framed yet. Brain. It's Monday morning. I got to wake up. So, getting people talking about where to find the tapestry needles. We were talking about tapestry versus sewing needles. And I looked at the tapestry needles. I saw them... Hobby Lobby. I saw them somewhere, and I was like, you know, okay. But there are so many different ways to do cross stitch, and definitely I love that everybody's throwing out all these ideas. And over time, I may adopt some of them. I'm a slow adopter, though. I'm not a quick adopter on things. I kind of set in my ways, set old in my ways. Holy cow, O to be Purple is on page 6 of Stormtrooper. You are crazy. Oh gosh, page 6 has some confetti stitching in it. Oh man. Nice. And you have a new channel, O to be Purple. That's cool. You have a new FlossTube channel. O to be Purple. the letter O, the number 2, BE, purple. That's awesome. All right. Very cool, very cool. Okay. All right. PE Stitcher is asking me if I have ever seen a pattern for the Declaration of Independence. It's the full text. I have. I just don't remember where I saw it, but I have, and it's pretty cool. I'm back. Took like a 10-minute break. Had to do some stuff with the dogs. Oh man, we're all tired on a Monday morning. So someone asked, although they're probably not going to watch this video, but they asked on the softening the Ada cloth video thing. Yeah, she started on some stitching, and she was like, her Ada is super stiff, but she's already started stitching. Can she wash it? And of course you can wash it. It's you know, we have to wash projects for a variety of reasons. I know a lot of them. And but anyway, it's one of those things that yeah, it's totally safe to do. Totally fine. Michael Short says, I love parking, although I think cross country would be faster. For me though, parking is slower but more accurate. I could totally see why that would be the case. Parking basically, I still don't do parking. People always ask me all the time if I park my threads, and I do not. It's a lot of it just because I'm constantly switching between projects. I stitch in different locations in the house, and I have so many different things that I'm working on that it would be such a tangled mess, and I would be so frustrated. I'd probably spend time, more time untangling my threads than I would be actually stitching probably. I just know me. But if you're working on like just one project at home or maybe two, parking is perfect. Cross country, I'm actually I was doing a little bit of it, but more in a miniaturized version on Stormtrooper when I was, I don't have it with me, but when I was focused on one section of the page, and I would take one color and just fill in that one color in that whole area. I do that, especially in like where I have like a lot of confetti stitching, and that helps a great deal. But yeah, I just switch around too much to be able to, I'd love the park, but it just doesn't jive with the way that I stitch. All right. Okay. 4 gems throughout a link. I want to put that, I need to put that in the description below. It's just basically your standard cross stitch cross stitch calculator, from Yarn Tree. I think this is what a stitching shop uses to measure their, I know I've used this before. This is the one that I always use whenever I need to, if I was ever going to do my own fabric or something. This is what I do in order to know how much I need. Otherwise, usually if I'm getting fabric from a stitching shop, I'll just tell them what the stitch count is and what size material, if I want 16 count, 25 count, whatnot, and then they'll calculate everything for me. I had a project once that I don't remember if I was using this calculator or not. I don't know what happened, but it was a project I was doing for a friend, or wanted to do for a friend, and it was just the Boston Bruins logo. And I put it in the calculator, cut it out, I stitched like a full page. This was a couple years ago. I think it's definitely in my videos, in the beginning of my videos. And I realized pretty quickly that I didn't have enough fabric. So I frogged everything, removed all the stitches. Why did I frog it? Maybe I had started too far down or something, and so I could go up. And then discovered that I still hadn't gotten enough fabric. And then I cut new fabric, and I made a mistake again. And I just tossed the whole project, because I'm like, this is not meant to be stitched. I cannot get this right. And that was one of the reasons why I started getting all my fabric from a stitching shop, because as simplistic as this should be and as easy as it is laid out, there are times when I have a mental block and I just can't do it right. And and it's such a waste of time if you're not doing it right, that I'd just rather pay to have somebody else do it for me. Carolyn Zook said, if we go through Allen's Park, going up to Estes Park next time, go to Meadow Mountains Cafe. I wrote that down already. Nice. We're always looking for new places to go have breakfast. Sue King is from Greece. Hello, Greece. And my Greek refugee dog, Jelly, who's asleep right now, says, hello back home, because Jelly's from Greece. Let's see. Crypt Chicks Crypt. Man, that's hard to say. It says Anchor Black is fluffier. Somebody was talking about using Anchor versus DMC. I've never used Anchor Floss. I've never tried it. That is, but anyway, is that the difference? That it's fluffier? It's more, it shows up more? It would be interesting to do a Ronnie Rowe with just like Anchor instead of DMC just to see what it looks like. But I'm kind of, like I said, I kind of get stuck on my own things. I forgot why we were talking about goats. Everybody's talking about goats. There's a reason. I love goats. I love baby goats. I want to go play with baby goats. Not right now, but, you know, maybe this weekend. I don't know where to go. Cheryl's asking me, it's another one, a question about the soften your Ada. What about the wrinkles? Do I press the cloth? Yes, after, I got to write this down. I got to type this back to her while I'm doing this. After washing and letting the cloth dry. Well, I will, actually, I don't press it after, I don't press cloth that I haven't started using yet. I got confused by that question. I don't, well, of course we don't. And so, yeah, I mean, you could basically take your fresh Ada, you're getting ready to start a project, you wash it to make it soft, and then you go ahead and lay it out, let it dry, and then you can iron it. Sure, you can iron it, but I don't need to iron it. I mean, I guess you could, but if you want to get it nice and smooth, you can do that. But you know, the wrinkles are going to come out in the stitching, and then you're going to come back and wash it later again, and then I press it. I usually only press my cloth once I'm done with the project. So, but you can do it either way. There's like a big old sunblock coming now through the blinds in this room here. It's like this massive thing right here is the sun. Andrea C. Oh, gotcha. Oh, I know you. I've seen you before. I heart cross stitch. She hasn't found my channel before. I hear that a lot. I don't know why. I think that's just YouTube and the way that they suggest videos to some people and not to others. Nice. Let's see here. Angela thinks that Angela, I already speak a lot of slang, English slang. All of us who watch so much English stuff. I love English stuff. Love to stitch too. Can I show my organization spot? Yep, I can do that again. I can do that at the end of this video. And I'll do that at the end of the video and show you kind of what I've done. Ooh, train arrival. Lori Abbey. Oh, you're working on Apothecary Shop. Nice. Train arrival is another one from Cross Stitch Collectibles. That's fantastic. Morgan Anderson did not realize I'm so interactive with my subscribers. You're from South Carolina. Where in South Carolina are you from? I've got a lot of friends, classmates from vet school that are in the Columbia area. I'm trying to think. I used to live up in western North Carolina. I used to live up in Brevard, North Carolina for about a year. So I'd go through like Greenville, South Carolina a lot. Leanna says she likes 16 count Ada. It gives better coverage than 14 and not as compact as 18. Stitch a lot of dimensions in 16 count. I'm looking forward to seeing what 16 count will look like and seeing the differences. We'll have to just see when I'm done, you know, in 5 years or whatever. In 5 years. I must have talked about goats last time. I don't remember that. T-shirts. Vanessa was asking about my t-shirt. I got another t-shirt on today. Oh, if I can stand up. As a warning, may spontaneously talk about cross stitch. Oh my goodness. I have a, on my blog now, there's a place where there's recommended pages, and on the cross stitch supplies at the bottom of that, there is a section on cross stitch t-shirts. The bad part about cross stitching t-shirts is that it seems like they only, whenever they get a good design, they're not on there for very long. And so I bought this probably like a couple years ago. So I don't know if this would still be out there, but I put about 8 or 9 t-shirts that are currently in the store that you might enjoy. And there's some really good ones on there too. I've remember that I did a video once where I literally counted like all the cross-stitch t-shirts that I had, and I had like at least 15, I think it was. I did like a countdown of all my favorite shirts. That was crazy. Absolutely crazy. Just like me. Wow. Isabel's Moments with Crafts. You just finished your 4th page of your Haid. You have 11 pages to go before the end of the year. That is amazing. A lot of stitching. I have done a lot of stitching this week. I have. Mary Skelton bought her first chart from Cross Stitch Collectibles, 12 Sunflowers by Van Gogh. That is awesome. Monique Wilkes said, I get why you stitch on 18 count now. I bought a new project that recommended 40 count, and I'm already dying after only 1 day in. Yes. There are some people that are very good at stitching those tiny little stitches. I am not one that enjoys that. That's too funny. Lynn Burkhalter. I hope you see this video, Lynn. We're talking about where to live in Aurora. You got pretty close to where I live. Did I go close to where you live? I thought all the stitching stores went out of business. Oh, no. Some of them have. You know, there's, it really depends on if you modernized your, and I'm saying this just kind of as a sort of newbie into the area, because it's not like I've been stitching for 30 years and been going to cross-stitch stores for that long. I've only been going to cross-stitch stores or needle workshops for a couple of years since I found a stitching shop, and I've gone to a few more just to, you know, go in and take a look. For the vast majority of it, everything's moved to online, and if you don't have some sort of an online presence and have the ability to, you know, ship things to people, and you know, it's definitely one of those things where you're gonna, you know, it's gonna be hard. So I did a video or I wrote a blog or something about, there was a store in, I can't remember the name of it, but it was up in Minnesota or whatnot, and the new owners had bought it, and after I think like a year of having it, they like closed it. And I don't know if they just, you know, I don't know, I mean, I don't know why. I really don't know why. But it's one of those things where it's just like running any business. You have to manage inventory, not get too bogged down with that. You have to find new and interesting ways to get to your clients. So like having an Etsy store, having an online presence is absolutely necessary nowadays, because more and more people are getting everything from online. I'm getting so much stuff from online. That being said, I do love going to stitching shops. I went to Stitch in Time when we were in Jacksonville, Florida, and they have a lot of yarn stuff. And then when I went to Stitching Den up in Estes Park, they have a lot of yarn stuff. So they have, you know, they do a lot of different things. And so, no, they're still, you know, the good ones are still around. The ones that have been able to modernize are definitely still around. Penny Fisher wants to know, does my stitchy bug ever leave home? And if so, what do I do to get it back? Absolutely. You guys probably, if you objectively looked at things at times, you could probably tell when my stitchy bug leaves me. Definitely, I think in December, early January, it kind of left me for a little while. And I just didn't stitch as much as I normally do. If I didn't have this channel, you know, there's, you know, I might not stitch at all for a week or two at times. But this channel always motivates me. Your comments and doing the videos always motivate me to kind of keep working on it. But in the past, I've definitely gone sometimes weeks, months without stitching. What do I do to get it back? If I really want to get it back, I'll usually start looking at new patterns. You right there, Zoo? Yeah? And so, So I'll just start looking at new patterns is usually what I'll do. I'll find out, usually find a new site, and I'll just look, and then I'll get really excited about it, and I'll start wanting to stitch on my own and get it done. But that goes back to, you have to love what you stitch. You really, when you get a pattern, if you're just kind of getting a pattern, you're just like, oh, I just want to cross stitch, I'll just get this pattern and I'll just cross stitch when I feel like it. If it's small piece, hopefully you probably finish it. If it's a bigger piece that might take weeks to finish of dedicated stitching, you might never finish that because it's not going to be something that you're going to want to get back to. So I think most of us that are here, probably all of us that are here, absolutely want to cross stitch. Oh, I wanted to throw out there, I wanted to mention this. I don't do diamond painting. I have no experience with that, but it is becoming incredibly popular nowadays. It's funny because I did a search on YouTube, or not YouTube, I did a search on Amazon a couple weeks ago, and I said, what are the most popular, or most popular cross stitch patterns? And you know what it brought back? Diamond painting. It across the board, it was like they were all diamond painting projects. And I'm like, well, that's not cross stitch. Or is it cross stitch? I don't really have any, you know, I look at it and I think of it as like the old light bright. It's a much more advanced light bright, which, by the way, I love. And I am not going to try diamond painting because I have a feeling that if I did it, I'd love it. And then I'd be doing diamond painting along with cross stitching, and truly nothing would ever get done. But do any of you guys diamond paint as well? And if you do, how does it compare to cross stitching? Because I would like to know very much, very much. Dun, 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 dun. Wait, what did I just see? Karen just ordered A Rainy Day in Boston from Cross Stitch Collectibles. It's not Ronnie Rowe, but it is wonderful. That is true. That is true. It is a wonderful piece. I have that one, and I'm not sure when I'm starting that one. I'm not sure. I got to finish Rainy Waterloo Place first before I do another rainy project. Okay, I gotta get into this question here from Virginia. Wow. Talking about wall space. I stitch a golden kite piece the size of my old world map. Your husband asked you if you're sad that when it's finished you won't have a place to put it. And your answer was no, not sad, because you'll probably never finish it. It's always about the fun of stitching, not the finished piece, at least for me. That is true. It's not, the finishing is great, but there is some level of sadness when you're done. Although there's also usually for me like the excitement of, yeah, now I get to stitch on something else. But yeah, in terms of actually getting stuff done, whole world map too, I don't know if it's ever going to get done. We'll see. We'll see. I'm going to work on it. I'm going to work on it. All right. Nice. Nice. Judy's working on... Are you working on Rainy Waterloo Place? That's awesome. Carolyn Zook wants that Stanley Hotel pattern. Your mom would absolutely love it. Where was I? I saw... Before I went up to Stitch and Den in Estes and bought the Stanley Hotel piece, I saw it someplace, but it was out of stock. And I don't remember what store I saw it on, but if you Google it, I hope you can find it. The Stitch and Den definitely had more of them, I believe. They had at least a few more there, but somebody must have them in stock. Sharon W. says, I think this is the most I've seen you working on at one time. Yes, I definitely have more projects going right now than I ever have before. She said she saw one piece that someone did and it took her 11 years to finish it. That's awesome. I mean, that's an accomplishment. Not everybody wants to do that. There is a desire to have a finish every once in a while, which is why I do the smaller ones that I enjoy as well. But it's one of those things where, yeah, I mean, I don't know, it's just funny. The Spooky Dolly says she's always a tad jealous when she hears about American craft stores. I'm not sure where you're from, Spooky Dolly. What are the craft stores like in other areas of the world? I mean, are there craft stores in, well, even in Canada? I get a lot of Canadian viewers. I get a lot of UK. I get a lot from all over the place. I mean, lately it's like Brazil, South Africa, Australia. Do they have crafting stores? I mean, is it possible? Do they? Or is it just an American thing because we're kind of so, what's the word? Commercialized? Is that the word? Consumer focused. That's probably not even right. But Deanna Chavez is a total Haid newbie. Started when you really like. You're going to do the map one day. Oh, good luck on that. Yeah, no, you should do the map. It would be fun. It'll be a lot of fun. Izzy Star. I'm going to have to comment on that. Where do I get my gritting pen? Pale water blue soluble markers. Okay. I'll have to come back. Well, actually, you know what? I'll just pause. Okay. Jane. Hello, Jane. Hope you're enjoying your thing, your project. Do my coworkers' clients know about the channel? Coworkers do. I've mentioned it vaguely here and there, but they think I'm nuts with the cross stitching, so they think it's nuts that I have a channel. So it's pretty funny. Same thing with the family. They're like, who would want to talk about cross stitching, and who would want to watch you cross stitch? That just seems so boring. So it's too funny. Oh man. Hey, Equitime. I don't know if you'll see this answer. You say, I don't know if you'll see this. I'm the only cross-stitch channel that you watch. Nice. You're a lot of video. You got a lot of videos to catch up to. That's awesome. I got a lot of videos. I'm like almost at, am I over 200 or almost 200 videos? Almost 200. The Ted Koppel dream that I had. Apparently Ted Koppel was trending a week ago about something. That is funny. I must have gotten a bug in my ear. I had this weird dream that Ted Koppel and I were friends. Really, really weird. Tammy Neal wants to know if I have tested the pencil grid, if it will wash out. I have not. I need to. I need to still do that video about what washes out and what doesn't. And for the full coverage pieces, not a big deal, but I think I am using it for Ronnie Rowe, so maybe I should try and erase it before I wash it. We'll see. We'll see. Don't use the pen. Don't use the pencil unless you've tested it. I'm getting really hungry. I should have ate breakfast before I started this. Jane's also talking about Neil Gaiman. Love Neil Gaiman. I love Neil Gaiman too. Oh, the Stormlight Archive by Brandon Sanderson. Yeah, I've heard of that. I heard a lot about that. Micro Short agrees with me that the Carlin brothers are awesome. Yep, super Carlin brothers. Great videos to watch while you're stitching. Nice. Angela thinks the reason I'm getting snags in my thread is that I need to let it unravel. Absolutely do. I'm so impatient when I stitch. I just... and then I get a snag, and then I'll let it unravel, and then you got that. Terry Lee Crafts. Am I really not going to watch the Super Bowl? So it's the day after the Super Bowl. I can honestly say I did not watch 1 second of the pregame, of the game, of the postgame, and I'm glad I didn't, because what happened is apparently it wasn't a very good game. It was very low scoring, and Patriots won again. So I'm just, you know, I've seen that like 5 times already. So I worked on the website and I got some other stuff done. So my husband kept saying, "Are you sure you don't want to like just turn it on?" And I'm like, you know, every time I turn it on and I look back, it's like I just get mad. And so I'm just a football fan that it's not good for the sport when one team wins all the time, but it's also not good for the sport when other teams don't play well enough to beat that team. I mean, it boils down to it. You've just got to, the people have got to be better. They've got to be better and play better. So I'm trying to get back into hockey. I kind of took a break from hockey for a little bit, and I'm going to get back into it. I got a lot of Blues games to catch up on. I haven't been watching them at all. At all. Janet Faith. No, all my Ronnie Rowe projects are on 18 count. I've only ever done them on 18 count. That's kind of why they look uniform. At some point I'll have to show the stitchy wall again and show you guys, maybe once I get this one done, but this is definitely 18 count. Yeah, so Janet's coming up saying, the pencils can be a nightmare to get out. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, got you. All right. Well, that's good that somebody's telling me this. Yeah, so I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to have to try it to see how bad it looks, if it doesn't wash out. I wonder if you went back and did an eraser first and then did it. I don't know if I have an eraser on that pencil. Jim Butcher has a website. That's crazy. Sheila called a stitching shop for some fabric. They like me. Yeah, they like me. I like them too. They're sweet. Oh, you got Apothecary Shop. Nice. Karen said she is subscribed and she has the... So when I put a new video out, there's because people say that all the time, like my mom will even say, hey, I'm subscribed to you, but I never get notified, like I never see when your video goes out. And yeah, I don't know what YouTube's problem is with that. I don't know why it doesn't always notify everybody when you can choose to get notifications, but even then it still doesn't work completely. So you know, I watch a lot of YouTube, and so I always go to my subscription page to see if there's any new videos by people that I subscribe to. I don't know if I miss any that way, but I also watch a lot of YouTube, so I tend to always see. Got it. Super Peach Rose. I did get Music Teacher's House. I emailed you yesterday, and so you should have that. So write me back. Write me back. Joy Campbell loves my videos. Okay, I gotta say this very carefully. She says, have I ever thought about stitching a long dog sampler? You should watch my video. I don't know if you're going to see this. A few videos back on this series, we discussed that. I can't say their name anymore. I just can't do it. Joy Davis. You live in the UK. You bought 3 Ronnie Rowe designs. Nice. Nice. You bought Colonial Smokehouse, Governor's Garden, and the Christopher Wren Building. Nice. Not sure which one to start in February. Any ideas or tips? Why not start them all? You know, I would just say whichever one captures your fancy. If you've never stitched one before, just whichever one you look at that's like, all right, I want to try that one. Maybe do the one that looks like it has the least amount of stitching and just to get into it. That is awesome, though. I love it. That's great. Tabby M. That's awesome. All right. Magdalena, how you doing? You haven't reached out in a while. That's awesome. I'm missing my videos because of holidays and work. You've been busy lately. That's awesome. Terry Lee Crafts. Oh, because you're the one who asked me about the Super Bowl. Born and raised in New England. Patriots weren't always good. Oh, I remember. I remember back in the day. Pre Drew Bledsoe. And yeah, I know that. But you guys have enough success right now. I have a friend who's like, because I'm a Chicago sports fan, but I'm not like a Blackhawks fan. So, and I say Chicago sports fan, but I'm not really a Cubs fan either. But I'm just a Bears fan. And it's like we've won 1 Super Bowl in 30 years. My hockey team has never won a Stanley Cup. My favorite college team that I went to school at was University of Georgia, and we haven't won one since like 81, 82. And that's like it. And so I have a friend who's like, his teams are, and they have been for years, Alabama's his football team, and the Patriots are his pro team, and the Bruins are his hockey team. I think that's it for now. Oh, I kind of watches baseball a little bit, and of course the Red Sox, because he's from New England, but he has a lot of friends that went to Alabama, so that he's been fans of Alabama for years. I'm just like, Dude, you can't. Don't ever talk to me about a team of yours doing bad. Don't ever talk to me about that, because you have won more championships that from your favorite teams in the last decade than my teams will ever win for the rest of my life. And so I'm just like, blah. I'm like, why do I watch sports? I'll get there. I'll get there. All right. I got to get going here real soon. Am I almost done? Yeah, I got to finish up. I got to finish up and get to work. Winning National suggested Kristen Hanna's The Nightingale. That's one of those books that I haven't read yet that I've heard a lot about. People liked hearing the birds. Did the birds on the stitch with me. People liking the birds. People liking the birds. I need to get a camera. I need to get a mirror for them. We've been talking about getting a mirror for them. We just haven't gotten one yet. Haley. Oh, wow. You're really far behind. I'm going to have to write you back. Meaning that she's like on FlossTube video number 87. So she's a long way back. Debbie's asking what fabric count is Old World Map. 18 count. Mary Louise, are you telling me that you have 60 hades that you're working on now and then? You're easily distracted? Oh my goodness, and you have other crafts? Oh my goodness. Talking about twitching, being on Twitch and cross stitch. I haven't found the person yet that reached out to me. I need to find that. Nice. NM Stitching Demon says, I should make the topic of my Stitch With Me as my focus piece for the week. I'm trying to do that. Wait, what did I do this past week? What did I do? Rainy Waterloo Place? I don't remember now. Gosh, I'm so bad. Oh, with Stormtrooper. Yes, I should. That would be awesome. Uh-oh, Bailey's barking outside. The polar vortex. The polar... Oh, to be purple, where do you live in southern Indiana? I was born in Bloomington, and I had a lot of family that lived in Greene County for a long time. So, Laura Tyler, you're I'm sorry about your Super Bowl. That, because you're a Rams fan. Sorry about that. Delaney said she just started the Chicago Bears project yesterday. Did I notice the random? There's like this strip of just like the same color orange, and then right in the middle somewhere there's like a couple stitches that are slightly different variations of that. I don't know why they did that, but that's funny. That's funny. Your focus is hockey too. Nice. Does Ada have a front and a back? I think I remember hearing that question a long time ago. Guys, does Ada have a front and a back? It doesn't matter to me. I do full coverage cross stitch, but here, come here, you. My computer's still wide open, so let's look. I'm gonna need magnifiers. I don't have any right here. One would think that if Ada had a front and a back, that people would mark it as such. I don't see it on mine. You know, I don't know. I mean, there are so many varieties of Ada. There is so many like different varieties of quality that I have found. Maybe the cheaper ones definitely have more of a front and a back. Guys, answer that question for me. I have no idea. I have no idea. Jane of All Threads says, is there a sport that I'm not interested in? I don't care about baseball a whole lot, although I will occasionally discuss it. I'm not a big fan of basketball anymore, although I will discuss storylines at times, but I don't watch it. I don't like auto racing. Is that a sport? Sorry for all you NASCAR fans out there, or Formula One racing fans. I don't watch cricket. I don't understand cricket. Maybe if I understood it, I'd watch it. Anyway, The front and back Ada thing, I keep coming back to it. I do not see a front and a back on mine, on that piece. So, what do you guys think? What do you guys say? Is that just a old wives' tale, or? Janet is in Chicago and had 7 inches of snow, and it was 60 below wind chill. Wow. Wow. You got a lot of stitching done. I bet you did. That's crazy. That's crazy. Printing PDF patterns. Enlarge the image on PDF pages. I haven't been able to figure that out. I don't know if it is just a function of the pixel size on it. If you try to like take a tiny little picture that's meant to be only a certain pixel size and then you try to blow it up, you'll lose that resolution. I think so. I think so. And I think, am I done? Jojo cross stitch, crazy cross stitch. I think you like cross stitch. Hi. All right, so we have our marching plans for the week, people. You guys got a couple questions you're going to answer. I am going to find out for sure about this whole graphite pen thing, especially the graphite pencil thing, as far as whether it washes out or not. Aha, I found it. Ha! All right, I don't know where I did with my fabric that I'm going to mess with, but I'm going to mess it all up with a pen, maybe some soda, maybe some other stuff. See if we can't wash it out, see what happens with it. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, Leah, you found Darth Vader. Are you doing the Darth Vader that I did? The one where it's like the Darth Vader is made up of all the different things within him? That was fun to do. I still kind of want to do that for my husband. I did that one and gave it to a friend. But it's really, 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 really cool. Alessandra says hi. Hi, Alessandra. Or is it Alessandra? Alessandra. I'm going to say Alessandra. Your dog avatar is really cute. Okay, guys. So, yeah, marching orders. I'm going to find out about the graphite pen. You're going to tell me about this whole thing with the front and the back of Ada, which I don't get. I don't see it on mine. You'd think as much as I do, as much fabric as I have, I'd be able to tell if I switched it front to back. So I know some of you guys are quite knowledgeable, so let me know. Yeah, and I got stuff to put in the link down below. So, but I'm gonna do a video on this whole graphite pen thing. So, because if I've been recommending this wrong, I am very sorry. It's fine for full coverage cross stitch, but if it doesn't wash out of the Ronnie Rowe that I have right now, I'd be like, whoops. It won't ruin things for me. I'll just have to figure something out, but it's all good. All right, guys, I think that's it. And have a great week. I'll see you soon on the weekly update. And check out the blog. Cross stitch. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye.